Boom. Started.
Boom. Started. So, hi. Who wants to give us a recap for the hero point?
I mean, as usual, I'm going to let everyone else go first before I give my shitty recap. Because
We
I've
had to
got
say
it.
goodbye to Shep and Pit Pat. It turns out Pit Pat could talk the whole time and just didn't.
That was shocking. The anime moment that was shared. Well, that everybody pictured, I'm sure, simultaneously.
And then we did a little bit of sailing, and then we did a little bit of walking to get to the tower. And Chemo yelled at you in a little bit. He said he's a fucking coward.
Yeah. That I went back and watched that, and I was like, oh.
Max and Icaro maybe hooked up.
They cuddled.
Nah, they're good Christians. They would never do sin.
Well, that's good.
And Rowan is brooding.
And then Max told Chemo a poem, and it was delightful.
It was so good.
And then did this weird gun disappearing trick thing. And then we got to the tower and found out that it looked real different than what you and last saw it like, and maybe that's because the primal forces changed and
Well,
there's some shit. And then we had to fight some clockwork motherfuckers. And we did so expeditiously.
and I'd like to point out that the conversation that Chemo and Max had about, you know, defense versus just going in and murdering, and Roman seeing Chemo just go in without the usual, like, how can we settle this type of shit? He just went in. I was like,
yeah, that happened.
Murder worked.
And then maybe the most important moment of last session is we start to go to like the door and start to open it up, and that's when five little shites came for each of us and went somewhere else. And then Rocky set up the next dungeon to a couple levels higher because he wants revenge, and that's when Jim was ugly.
Oh, I remember what the five little shites said, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't get what they said, but they were each of different colors.
I remember.
Oh, what'd they say?
So the one for Ron, Crimson, said this way. The citrine one was for Chemo.
Nope.
No. Icar. Follow. No, yeah, and then the Verdant was for Chemo. It said, find me. Aquamarine was Tandor's for her. And the last one I forgot the color. For whore. It's for whore. And then Max is, and I forget what color it was.
Magenta. Max was pink.
Magenta, and it was all yours. I should get a half a point. For
what did Tandor's say?
For her.
Okay.
For whore.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. All right. Where is the point gonna go, Trev?
I give it to Adri. She assisted.
Aw.
Or the assist.
Thanks.
So, before we figure out what is or who is actually gonna go first for this, let's get some D20 rolls between everybody to see who's following we get to follow first.
Off to a great start.
Oh, hell yeah, up top.
Here we go, and... Oh.
Big ups, Travis, big ups.
Wow, we suck, gang.
Yeah,
Did I really top out with 11?
You topped out with 11.
Nice.
Quick
Nice.
reroll between Chemo and Max.
Okay, there we
It
go.
will be Chemo before Max. Alright, so we are actually starting with Icar first, which works very well for me.
That's what they say about snakes. It's Chemo before Max, and you can relax.
What?
Max before Chemo. Oh no.
You know what? That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Good job.
Oh no.
First one was really good, but the second one...
Yeah, I didn't have anything. I tried. It didn't happen.
Well, let us. It's all around the base of the hills that you lose sight of the light you were chasing. Though it does appear that it had moved to this place with obvious intent. Stones pile high in this area, looking odd in its somewhat natural yet constructed design. How do you plan to proceed from here, Ikar?
Oh. Followed magic here, and magic came here for a reason, so I'm gonna look for magic.
Alright, well, how would you do that? There are many ways you can search for magic that way.
Well, given that it's a pile of stones, I would probably feel around in that area. Let me bring up my shit together like I always did the entire time. I would just kind of approach and look around with my knowledge of magic.
Okay, well, I assume you are wanting to roll Arcana in this particular instance.
Correct.
Alright, then give me an Arcana roll. You cool with a 19?
Yeah, it's the first roll. I'll let it be a 4.
Alright. You do feel that there is magic at play. Though maybe due to whatever sort of source it might be from, it doesn't ping as hard on your sort of arcane senses. You feel that likely what you saw is a remnant, maybe a piece of sentient will, or sort of a wisp of intent. But where it has gone, or why it's in this place in particular, you don't quite know, though the color of it does seem to also strike you as something of significance that you can't recall at this moment. You'll have to make a couple other different checks before you can attempt another Arcana again.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna climb the hill.
Climbing the hill. Alright, give me an athletics check. We'll see exactly how far up you are able to get.
Okay, now the second roll being a 2, I'm not exactly cool with.
37. Quite much better, to say that at least. Though, what was that? What was that reroll at? That was okay. That
It
was
was still low, but it gave me the +10, so that did it.
oh, it was a 10 plus
Yeah.
10 again, so it's
Yeah.
fairly good. So that gives a good sizable number at least. So with 37, you are able to find quick handholds. You're able to maneuver through, use the haft of your Boshard to sort of leverage yourself between a couple little more precarious jumps that you need to do in order to progress. And you make short work of getting to the top of that hill. And at that top of the hill, you stand. And there is this feeling of accomplishment. But no sight of that little light anywhere at the moment. What next?
Well, at this point I'd get to thinking, if it's got a will, then is it dead? What's the undead? How do I proceed from here?
Mhm. If you wanted to try to figure out more about the undead side of things, that would be a religion check. Otherwise, you might see if you can't figure out something else from it. Maybe, given the curious nature of things, occultism could also work. Otherwise, you've got a bunch of rocks that you felt as you were climbing up did have some leverage and leeway and were loose. So that may be another route you could take.
Yeah, I think that would be more on brand actually to kick around the loose rocks. Did I see where they went up and over?
You did not. It had disappeared in this clearing, and you had not seen it sort of remove itself. Usually it kept within sort of a particular view, just within sight. But once you got into the clearing, you lost sight of it.
Okay. So hopping down, I know that in and of itself would be acrobatics. Would that be true with kicking around the loose bits?
Loose bits, if you wanted to sort of like more heave them away, that would be athletics. If you were just trying to jump and tumble down, trying to land softly, as opposed to kicking rocks.
Well, the goal isn't to get down yet, it's to find what I'm looking for. So I'll just be kind of kicking shit over.
Alright, let's give another athletics check then.
Ready?
Right, with a 32, you are able to sort of go through, and there does seem to be like looser rocks here and there. When you remove a looser rock and tumble it to the ground, there seems to be like another little bit of extra movement that you can go down to, and that loosens another rock that you push down and do it again. Push down to again. Until you get roughly about midway, and this last thing, it does have a little bit of wiggle to it, but it seems quite stuck. And just pushing, pulling, or relieving it doesn't feel like it would move under that circumstance.
Like it could be magically locked.
Or it's just really stuck in there, and you can't get a good foothold to move it, at least by force alone.
You could try asking it nicely.
What did it say as it was leaving?
You recall it said, follow, follow.
Just follow.
Big rock, wedged fairly firmly, and
I'm
the
gonna
muscles won't do it.
I'm gonna knock. It's like I'm knocking on a door.
Right. You knock. There is a stillness. It doesn't sound hollow at all. But there does seem to be that sort of, that slight tone to the barest hearing to your ears. That did not require a check for it. So, it's probably behind there, but probably have to use something else in your arsenal. To leverage the rock. What you think? What's the process going through Icar's head here?
Well, if I can't wedge it out from the outside, if I could cast Tanglevine behind it and wedge it out from the inside.
You would need line of sight for that, but flipping through your spellbook might be the bright idea here. See if there's anything that might be useful.
I mean, the only thing that I could think of that I got prepared right now would be to enlarge myself and wedge it out that way.
There is that. You also have something else on top of that, a little bit lower down the page.
The puzzle was coming inside of the spellbook.
So you not only have your Magi spells, you also have your Conflux spells. A combination of both could be quite effective.
Yeah, I could see that working.
Alright, well then, give a cast of both. Alright, and since it is an inanimate object, roll the damage. Just how much? Oh, it's purely just 5? Really?
I'm Sonic, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's of a certain amount along with the strike. Let's also get the let's also get the melee strike to add to that as well.
Ready?
Yes.
There we go. There's money.
Well, yeah, let's get the damage on that too. It will have an extra 2 damage due to that.
Sorry, but 31 does not hit an inanimate rock.
Now that sometimes things might have some astounding armor, so please do describe how you dislodge this particular stone through your set of actions.
Even in enlarged, I'm not very big.
Enlarged, you are still at least 9 or 10 feet tall.
Yep. So like a little bit bigger than Bruck's size. So I'm still standing over it, and I just kind of drop down on it and pop it off.
Drop down on it,
So,
giving a good
I'm
swing.
sorry to interrupt, but the way I pictured Icar, like, just growing, just like he's just elongated, like I don't know, Gumby is.
Extra crazy.
Oh.
I can't picture Bruck-sized Icar. It's just really like unsettling, like elongated goblin.
I'm gonna do that more often.
Slender car.
Please tell me that's exactly how this looks, because oh my god.
Well, he's striking with the Fauchard down between his legs. So he's straight down, and then just kind of falling on it.
Boom.
With a thump.
With a thump and a crack and a boom. And speaking of a crack and a boom, after the boom, there is a crack down the rock, giving you plenty of space to maneuver the Fauchard to wedge, shift, and pull the boulder free. You're left with a little pocket of stone. Probably the last little remnant of a cave before there was a collapse in front of it. It is stale in its air, though there is a slight glitter to the walls here and there now that light is being filtered in.
No sign of this light.
No sign of the light, but you do have a small space to explore and look around. And you have had a few checks since your last bit of arcane sense.
Alrighty.
With a 23. A 23, you're sort of getting a feel of the area. You can definitely feel there's more of a draw forward towards the floor, probably something under all the dust and debris. Could you also give me a nature check as you likely glance at the sort of slight glitterings in the wall as well? The 17, you don't know what kind they are, but these little glitters are probably some very lightly exposed ores. You don't know what sort, but it's something. And as you do eventually dig around, you do find a little bit something strange. You find a stone that doesn't belong wedged inside firmly of another stone that has a curious little impact to it. Do not mind the background, but this is the stone you find.
Okay.
Rocky, I thought we were in a snow area, not the forest with greens.
My immersion.
No. I get what I can get when I can get it, alright?
It's fine, Rocky. It's gorgeous.
And when you do take that little bit of stone, you get that low timbre in the head. Follow, found. As I will drop a particular item into the party inventory, the party stash, so folks can look at the effects just for the fun of it.
I'm gonna steal it so fast.
Go.
Nature unclear.
Nature unclear. Been followed and it has been found. But that means we get to move on to the next one. That one would be Rowan. The sphere which you went after has now left you at what looks to be a campsite. One whose fires is still lit, flickering, and burning. Its smoke dissipates quickly while the wood continues to darken and grow more ashy. How are you going to continue from this point?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry. I had something. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yes. The sphere which you went after has now left you at what looks to be a campsite.
Okay.
One whose fire is still flickering and burning. Its smoke dissipates quickly while the wood continues to darken and grow more ashy.
Okay.
How do you continue from this point?
I would approach the campfire and kneel down and see what was burning that went out so quickly as soon as I saw it. Any materials, or is there anything in the fire or in the remnants of the fire that I could look for?
Give me a perception or a survival check.
Let's see. They're both equally ass. Let me percept. I'll take it.
Having a look around and through, it does look like that there probably was something that had been set up over this fire and had since collapsed in on it. Looks to be, from what you can tell, given how there were a couple sturdier poles and then probably a thinner branch stuck between them, this probably was a cooking fire of some sort. And what's starting to slowly sputter out is maybe whatever had been left behind.
Okay, so okay, so nothing of significance. Just looks like somebody was maybe cooking, and it. Okay, so maybe unattended, something unattended. Rowan's gonna look around to see if there's any footprints in the ground.
You can give me nature or survival for this particular one.
Both equally bad.
With a 23, the curious thing is you've sort of known how the precipitation has been.
Mm-hmm.
There has been not a whole lot of extra snow falling, and with however long this fire has been going, there still would have been a slight indent if there had been footprints. So either you're dealing with something that doesn't walk, or that this fire is just here.
Is this just a open area that's surrounded by trees and whatnot?
Yeah.
Okay, and as far as my little crimson shite, it went off through this way, and it's not visible to me, right?
Correct. It went this way, and when you sort of broke the tree line to where this little abandoned campsite is, there was no sign of the little light.
I want to look around towards the tree lines, maybe try and make out to see if I can see the because they flicker, yeah. They've got light to them, shine.
They sort of flicker and pulse, yes.
Yeah.
So perception, survival, nature.
I did a perception. I'll use survival. Oh, I see nada, huh?
Not really. It doesn't look to be that. Usually it would have been within a particular distance, just barely out of sight, but you don't seem to detect any of those lower flashes or pulses. Just the campfire, undisturbed.
Let's see. Is there enough wood there to reignite the flame or the campfire? Because it's cold. It's a little chilly. Even with Ixen nearby.
It is a little cold. You can easily get some branches and other debris from trees nearby in order to have some fresher wood.
Okay, because this feels a little. Rowan feels a little like, okay, wherever it went off, there's so many directions that she can go. She may as well just kind of make herself comfy for a bit. And whilst gathering twigs, branches, and whatever needed, she keeps her eyes peeled. And Nixon's gonna stay at the campfire to ignite it when she gets finished with that.
All right. You can give me crafting, nature, survival, or quality of branches and how you can settle that in.
Come on, I don't want to freeze to death. Oh! I'm gonna freeze to death. I'm
It has certainly been some time since you had done any particular setting up of camp. You are able. It takes a while for you to sort of find branches that didn't already have some snow to it, or
This is what I get for
something
letting
bare
Thandor
of
set the
leaves.
campfires up. Ugh. I've been getting too comfortable in the camps. Ugh. So she'll just keep Ixen close by.
You'll eventually be able to it just takes time
Okay.
more than anything else.
Yeah, that's just her inner dialogue that she needs to maybe
It
do this
takes
more often.
time, and it's not as warm as you would have liked.
Ugh.
It's warm enough, but it's not
Does
comfortably
it really
warm.
take skill to fucking start a fire? Campfire? What is wrong with me? Huh. Is it... What time of day is it right now? Is it quite light?
There's still like maybe a little bit of light left, so you're starting to get like the first little smattering and peerings of stars, but might just be sort of how the mountain is kind of turned when you
Okay.
you're more in the shade of the mountain that you had ran down.
Okay.
The light it's sort of into that twilight area.
Since there's some magic at play, obviously. There's Rowan's gonna have a moment and just close her eyes and try to catch the vibes. Roll an Arcana check to feel out maybe remnants of whatever the little shite is. Sorry, the little sprite. If I can.
Yeah, you can give me an Arcana check for that.
Yeah, 19 on the dice.
Yep. As you sort of take a moment and sort of let your senses go, you sort of feel how you usually feel when you're sort of reaching out with that familiarity to the unseen. The first thing you notice, of course, first is Ixen and the feeling of that sort of specific primal energy tuned to the more arcane sense. But then you start to feel something similar from the campfire itself. Something that has that warm energy, but a lightness to it as well.
Immediately opens eyes and goes once again back to the flame. Ixen, are you getting any vibes off of this fire? Is there anything, I don't know, out of the ordinary for you? I'm getting similar archaic fucking words. Fucking arcane vibes from it. It's quite similar. Ixen? Ixen.
Yeah, Ixen will sort of
He's
have a
also
look.
fire.
He's just staring off one eye in one direction, the other in another.
Just sort of having a look at it, like, something's there, sort of like us, but not like us. Different.
Nice, Kendrick.
Mixed.
Not like
Mixed.
us. They not like us.
How do you mean mixed? So it's like us, but not like us. Not like us.
Ixen's just fire. This is fire and something else.
Fire, wood, remnants of
No,
something.
not the wood. Something's in there.
I just lit the fire up. Shit. Well, something's in the fire. I'm gonna peer into the fire, close enough not to singe off eyebrows.
Yeah. You do see that there is something that is not wood in that fire.
Okay.
And it is still crackling and only slightly charring at the ends of it. But the rest of it doesn't seem to be quite as affected by the heat of the flames at the heart of it.
I feel like Rowan is not like immune to fire. she's gonna take damage if she reaches into that. I'd like to have Ixen. Could you get a closer look? What is that? Go closer. Go into the flame. Be one with the campfire, and show me what is that. Because I'd rather not extinguish the flame that's kind of keeping us warm.
Going to go in. Have a look at it.
Ixen! I knew you could do it.
Yeah, we'll have a look.
What do you see?
A piece of something small.
Can you...
Could fit in your hand.
Okay. He can grab things, yeah?
Oh yeah, he can take up some things pretty easily.
Okay. It doesn't look like menacing or anything, does it?
No.
Okay. Well, it is like us, but not like us. Different, but the same. No, go ahead and grab that. If you wouldn't mind, please.
And eventually he does sort of push it out from the fire. And what you see is this.
Is that okay, it's a bone.
It is a bone.
Yeah, that's a bone. Which kind of picks it up with, index finger and thumb looking at it. This is supposed to be like us, but not like us? This finished charred bone of food?
One moment. As you sort of hold
sniff.
on, as you hold on to it, this way, this held.
This way, this held. Okay. So.
And yes, so it's something you don't quite know what yet.
Does the voice sound like what I heard before?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So Rowan's gonna take it from betwixt her index and thumb and grasp it and kind of pick up anything she might have set down for the campfire, and she kind of looks around again.
Yep.
Tries to see if she gets a feeling of direction or a way to go.
Well, you feel like you've got what you needed. Might be a good point to start heading back.
Okay, well, what was it that it said in hand? This way?
This way, this held.
This held. Okay, this way, this held. Well, I guess. Okay, well, holding this. Let's head back. Yeah, I can't be out here alone for too much longer. Might be dangerous.
No. Let's have ourselves a short little break.
Oh, yay, Ixen with the fucking nat 20 after I rolled a nat 1. Ugh. Alright, potty time.
BRB.
Yep.
Bean saying, wait, say JK.
That banger
we're
burp
good.
was not
We're
recorded
good.
as a bummer.
We're good. Wait, what happened?
Nothing.
Through the forest and trees is where your pursuit of the orb has been made, Chemo. But now you're among quite the copse where branches hang low with their needles stuck together with many thorns. Where do you go from here?
So it's just like it disappeared into the thorns.
It's off in this copse of trees somewhere.
No signs of where.
No signs of where. Again, it's sort of kept at the very end of your vision until you got close to this portion here and has since disappeared.
It did that shit to me too, bud.
No, but you got a thing of rocks, and she got a campfire, and I just get more fucking trees.
Mm-hmm.
Emo, we're gonna try something.
Alright.
He out loud says, "Well, fine then," and turns around and walks back where he came from. In that direction. And tries to sneakily, like, look behind him to see if it has reappeared to, like, get him to follow it again.
Okay, are you attempting a little bit of deception in order to sort of trick the thing? Or...
I guess that would be what it is, yeah. I will roll deception. And I'm going to live with it as is. I'm pretty okay with that.
As you do sort of like trying to start making your way back, you do feel wind blowing by you when it was still before. So trying to catch your attention and turn you around to look.
So I will turn around and see if the light's there.
The light is not there, but the branches are swaying.
Okay.
Until they stop when the wind dies down again.
So I'm going to walk exactly where I stopped and turn around. I'm going to get back to that spot.
Yep.
And then turn 90 degrees to my left and start walking in that direction.
After a few more steps, same situation occurs. You get that sort of blowing of wind. Still at your back.
And turn around and start walking back to where he made the turn. And begin continuing the direction that he originally did. But at a slow walk, I'm not chasing after it.
Yeah. After you sort of take a few steps, probably about the same distance that you had in each previous moment, the wind is at your back again.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? What?
As you sort of make your sort of movements about the same distance as when you started moving away, either on that 90-degree turn or the backwards movement, roughly about the same distance, you feel the wind pushing and trying to turn you back again.
All right, so go back to that middle spot.
Mm-hmm.
And he just plops down, sitting cross-legged.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of mumbled under his breath, goes, "Be easier, just tell me what you want," and begins to meditate.
All right. Any particular contemplations?
I think he is thinking back to his time in the monastery and thinking back to when he was essentially punished with doing what he felt was being punished to just sit and do meditations, which was absolutely, and like as a now fully grown adult understands, was just simply trying to teach him patience. But to him, it was being punished for being impatient.
Mm-hmm. Could you give me as I look through your skills? Okay. You can give me a... You can give me a performance or a Kitsune lore roll here.
Do the same, and I like never get to use this. Let's fucking go, Nat 20.
Yeah.
As you take a moment and you recall a little teaching when you were first taking your shapes. You were handed a glass filled to the very edge. And you were told to change its place without taking a step. If you tilted left or right, if you move forward or back, that would cause a droplet to spill. And so as someone who was teaching you just stood and walked around, sort of every time they would go past your vision, they would come back in their tailless form. And again, tailed once they got out of your vision. There is no sway, there is no tilt. There is no honest feeling, nor no guilt. But when you must change and stay still like this cup, there's only one way to move, and that way is and does that last word come to mind?
Travis, for whatever reason, is thinking in. I don't know if that is
What rhymes
Kimo
with cup,
related.
Travis?
Oh, up.
I was
Gamers don't look up.
I didn't know you were rhyming. I was like, huh?
I was rhyming.
I almost unmuted myself and said up, but I didn't want to take your moment.
So then, still that kind of like sneaky, like one eye opens and kind of looks upwards.
And when you do look upwards, you do see that the branches higher up are slowly swaying. Only in the one tree you are next to.
He's just like, internally just says, it really couldn't just be here on the ground. But then begins to go and try to climb the tree.
Alright, climbing the tree. Let's see, we have athletics is if you want to sort of keep more to the trunk, acrobatics if you want to more swing on the branches.
Oh, You know he's acrobatics jumping from branch to branch.
Of course. Let us have an acrobatic. And it takes a little while. Branches get a bit more distant as you start seeing sort of they're a bit more collected, a little bit farther up, but soon you get to a point where the swaying is the most strong. And it's in that particular center direction that one branch seems to keep swaying.
So you said that center direction?
That center direction from where you were sat before. So wherever you were sitting directly before, that is the branch high up that is still swaying.
So you want me to go back down?
Oh, no, it's just the one branch, but it seems to be swaying a bit more strongly out towards the edge.
Does this branch seem like a normal branch?
Seems like a normal branch. But you'll probably have to go out onto it to see what's going on.
Okay. Just starts walking out onto it.
Alright, I'll need an acrobatics check to keep your balance. 21. You good with a 21?
Yeah, I'm gonna live with that.
Alright. You take it slow and carefully. The swaying sort of keeping the natural movement a bit more difficult. So having to adjust with every foot raise and foot down. And it's when you get closer to the edge of the branch that piled on top of the snow, well, the branch has an odd lump where the snow doesn't pile like the rest of a branch would. A lump.
Is it like a lump under the bark of the...
It's
wood?
a lump under the snow that is gathered on the end of the branch.
Is this like a pine tree like I'm looking at here? Does it have like
Similar, yes.
Is there within reach a small twig or something like that that I can break off of it?
Yeah, from one of the branches slightly
Okay.
hanging from above you.
So I'm gonna do that, and then like holding one end to the tip of the other, start to kind of like wipe the snow off of this bump.
Alright, could you give me, for the careful movement that it is, I'll say either survival or thievery.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna go with survival on that.
23. As you sort of start brushing at one end, you see feathers. White plumes. Maybe not quite white, but sort of a slightly off gray to it. And as you brush more, it seems to match a pair. And eventually the tufts do belie a set of gloves. Mittens of some sort. So as you brush the last bit of it, there is a slightly stronger rush of air. I'll need you to give me a reflex saving throw.
Handy, because I'm a master at that now.
Good with a 23?
Not when you say it like that. You're good with a 32.
With a 32, you are able to keep your balance as well as tuck the branch you are holding to make sure that those gloves do not fall off to another branch below. Speaking of those gloves,
For real? What the? What? And I have a chicken bone?
Dope.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Kima definitely grabs them and laughs, knowing what this is gonna do to Tandor. And just says, "This is a funny spirit."
This shite has jokes.
and as you do, take up the find me, found me.
In the same voice as the light.
In the same voice as the light.
Do I recognize the voice?
Oh shit.
Is it the same voice that I heard in my previous vision?
Asking all the right questions.
You can give me perception on that to see if you can. Perception or performance, one of the two.
Let me say it's perception.
Similar, but not exact.
Okay.
Younger, you could probably say.
Interesting.
And I assume you will make your way down eventually.
Yeah.
Yes. Cool. And we will. Maximus. That strange light led you down towards a place where the warm undercurrents of the mountain have left a set of hot springs. While there are stretches of steaming water, it all leads towards a single pool. What do you do now?
It's a spa?
Sorry.
I'm gonna pick up a rock and throw it in the pool.
Alright, could you give me... What do you do after you toss the,
That was just Akar's voice in Max's head. Having an influence on him.
I guess it's a perception or nature after you throw the rock in there. With a 26, you do sort of see it ripple, bounce. Though once the ripples hit the edge and start cascading back, the resonance of the ripples do eventually cancel out to leave it still once again. Order returned to chaos, and chaos.
This is some
Nullified.
creepy, unsettling music.
Is it?
It's a ditto with the whispering in the background. The subtle.
Yeah, it's telling me that I'm the coolest person around. That's what the whispers say.
Max's nose bursts into blood. Just everywhere.
Yeah, you're not in charge here, bucko. I decide when my nose bleeds.
Filling the pond
Only
with
the
blood.
old god can decide.
And I can say when Max's pants spontaneously combust.
Damn right you can.
Spontaneous, yeah, that's what we'll go with.
I get it.
Do you suffer from premature immolation?
All the time.
So, calm pool.
I'm gonna dip a toe in.
You can give me... You can give me perception or kobold lore.
Let's do a little bit of the old kobold lore.
Good with a 21.
Of course not. What do you take me for?
Cool.
Oh,
with a
that's
24.
funny though.
It is funny though. From what you can tell by having sort of your toe dipped in, there is this sensation due to the heat and probably the minerality of the water itself. There is an ache in your feet that is let go from there. It seems to be that it is just the right temperature and just the right composition that it gets between the scales. And it's soothing.
Yeah, you know what? I deserve this. Max is gonna strip down.
Mm-hmm.
Just and fully go in the pool.
In the pool, there's... Yeah, give me a fortitude save here.
Owning Myrtle's in there.
34. You stave off the sort of the nodding of your head that would have knocked you out into sort of that complete relaxed hot tub nap. And could you give me a... Let's see. Could you give me a perception or thievery check here? You feel something in sort of the slow current of the water as it is being fed in. Something brushes by your tail. It is a slow press across a wide area before it slides over and then disappears once again.
Hey, take me to dinner first. Max is gonna stay exactly where it is, and when he can feel it, he's gonna like a butt bounce it into the wall of the pool, like press against it.
Okay, so that would either be reflex or acrobatics once you do perceive it again. And you are able to wedge it against wherever it is. However,
It's his ass. It's totally
Yep.
his ass.
Yep. But the thing is, there's no real depth to what you're pressing against. It's thin. It's thin, it's flat. Feels like something is brushing by on each end as it tries to sort of continue with the current behind you. Like you were still wearing any of your breeches.
I guess I'll try and pick it out from between my cheeks.
Thievery? I assume.
That's that's rough.
That is rough, and as you are sort of trying to retrieve it, it slips between your claws and is off in the pool again.
Well, you know, when this method goes, it's time for the less elegant one. and he's gonna start splashing water around like a fucking child.
Less elegant than using your butt.
Yes.
Alright, you can give me then a... we'll say acrobatics or... acrobatics or athletics, whichever of the two. 23. You are able to eventually, through the splashing, moving around quickly, turns, tucks, you do see a sort of scintillating glint of color going between sort of darker tones into sort of brighter highlights. It looks like it's sort of a whirling, ephemeral kind of thing. And it looks to be as soon as you stop splashing, you'll need to be quick to try to catch it, so I will be needing either a reflex or a thievery check. The reflex, you're able to snatch, firmly grasping the item that you have.
Swear to God, it better be like a fucking, I don't know, not fancy. Fish bones.
And albeit it is a little damp, you do see it for what it is. Slightly feathered, but with an intricate pattern that scintillates in the light.
Oh, he's got a fucking, right, Aladdin-looking ass, magic carpet.
Oh no. It's maybe not even from point to point. It only goes about maybe as far from shoulder to shoulder. A square piece of cloth.
You know, if I had a piece of silver for every time I would wear something on my face that's been between my ass, I'd have a weirdly large amount of silver. He's gonna tie it up into a mask.
Okay, give me one moment. As I, where is... dude. Hopefully.
Always throw caution to the wind. Immediately equip your item that you just got.
Of course.
Oh shit. The bone's in my inventory? Wait a second.
It's not in your inventory, no. I've put it in the stash so that folks can see what it's called at least.
Oh. Okay, it's shaped like a wishbone? Or is it shaped like a chicken bone that's been gnawed on? Like the picture.
Chickens have wishbones.
Well, I just went with the image that you showed me, which looked like a drumstick. The end of the drumstick, I bet. So
no,
when I
it's
see
supposed to be
wishbone, you know.
It's supposed to be wishbone, yes.
Okay, thank you for the clarification. If I, yeah.
Okay, now we have to wait on beans.
I will go ahead and pause this for now to keep from having white noise. Woo.
Have you by
Just
example.
while I was asleep. I don't know.
Have you tried saying to him, "Go piss, boy"?
Trust me, I've screamed piss. I've squeezed his bladder and I said, "Come on, pee-pee boy, do your one job." I said, "Go piss, girl." I said, "Go piss, boy." I said, "It's pee-pee time." None of these things are working. I've also said, "You better not pee." That also didn't work.
The reverse
It's like the
psychology.
demon's true name. You gotta find out the right combination and then eventually something will
Have
happen.
you called him Rumpelstiltskin?
Rumpelstiltskin, go piss. Go piss, girl.
Just put some ambient, like, running water noise in the background somewhere.
He has a water fountain that he's sleeping next to.
Oh. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
tried.
I honestly thought it would work too.
Hmm. But welcome in. Welcome.
Hi,
I'm
hey,
here.
hello, welcome.
I'm exhausted. I'm actually covered in piss because he is just leaking pee out all the time. But that's good. I'm fine with that because he's not dead, and that's important.
Yes.
But
Most
also,
important.
no one's allowed to come over to my house unless I have like fully washed it because there's so much pee everywhere.
Hosed down.
I can't have him sit in my lap anymore because there's just he gets too relaxed. He he's on drugs and I pet him, and when he's relaxed, he just leaks pee all over me.
Poor guy.
Oh. Need to get the man some pull-ups.
Gonna have to. Sweet boy.
Mommy,
He's not a man
wow.
anymore either.
I'm a big gender neutral cat now.
They removed all of his bits and bobs. All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
Oh.
Yeah. He's just got a hole now.
Project
Poor guy.
genitals return to whole.
Yeah, the damn liberals trans my cat, and you know.
Is this the fucking woke agenda? Back
This
at it
is the
again?
woke agenda.
We were all
this is
so
it.
worried about turning the frogs gay that we weren't paying attention to the cats.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we have to stop the doctors from transing the kids. They're still transing the cats, guys. They're out there. They're transing cats left and right. Just giving you a heads up. Sorry to blow up the spot for trans people everywhere.
Gracious. Okay, I think we could start recording now again.
I was already recording. I'll just have to. As soon as
Oh,
Bean's
God.
go, so I'll edit. It's fine.
Yeah,
Just
it's all
cut
good.
that
It's all
out.
good.
Cut that whole thing out.
Well,
No, don't.
We can cut that in post. We can change
just
that.
cut that out. Yeah.
We'll just cut that up.
Yeah, just cut out all that.
So let me get, where are we? We're doing this one. Here we go. The quiet grows even more still. The place you have been led frozen in time with the chill of winter. Not only does the snow dampen your footfalls, but the usual noise of water moving has halted as the stream is frozen near solid. Tandor, the floating wisp has led you here and has disappeared from view. What is your next move?
I don't know what the other moves were, so I will continue to follow the wisp.
There is no wisp to follow.
Well, it went off in a direction.
Pretty much, it was always at the very edge of your vision. And once you got to this point, once you got really close to this point, it sort of darted further off, and now that you're in this little stream clearing, you do not have any sight of the wisp.
And no one else is around me.
No, you have all gone off in your own directions, and oh, do you want to see what everyone else has picked up?
No, I'm gonna play this out dumb.
Sure. I'll show you after, because it's funny.
Okay. Is there like anything like footprints or anything shiny? Is there anything that would draw my attention?
Survival or perception or nature.
I'm gonna go survival since I'm a master at that. Not like it matters much.
There is no footsteps aside from your own. No little scratches or other signs of anything moving across the river. But as you are having sort of a look, the river has frozen nearly clear. There's still probably a little dribble of water at the very base of the river, still slowly moving. And it's that slight little bit of movement that you do see a shade of blue that doesn't quite fit at one particular spot. It doesn't look like a fish.
I go to the blue. I go to it. Where is it? Under the ice?
It is under the ice.
What is this blue?
Given sort of the refraction of light due to the composition of the ice, you're not able to get quite too clear a picture of it. It is something blue. It is a barest edge of something that is looks like it's a little bit stuck and is sort of doing that sort of slow flow up and down of something that is stuck at one point in the current, but the current is still blowing past it.
I am going to. Let's see. What could I do here? I can only do one thing. I'm gonna smash it with the thingy.
Alright, you can give me an attack roll and athletics check. Whichever.
Can I rage while I do it, since I have fire damage?
Yes, you may. You are
All
encouraged to.
I'm raging.
Applies the effect.
All right, and I'm gonna smash ice.
Smash ice.
I smashed
I'm
it real good.
I'm pretty sure a 34 will do that. You can roll critical too.
Nice.
Alright. Would I assume that you were trying to use the bludgeoning side as opposed to the slashing side of the Kusarigama?
Yeah. Shit. Yeah.
It's all good. Alright, a good crunch as you batter a good bit of the ice, the fire following through as you get about halfway, maybe 3/4, towards whatever is down there.
I only get that's it. It's just
You get close to
super
it,
thick.
and ice thick, but you feel as if you were to strike it again, you might harm whatever is underneath due to the sheer impact of how strong you are with the weapon.
And how much more? How far away?
Let's see. We'll say. Second, doot. It is probably about, from what you can tell, maybe about 3 to 4 inches of ice that's probably left.
Okay. Not sure what to do here. I don't have anything. I can use a torch.
Could use a torch, yes.
I'm gonna use a torch.
All right.
All right.
You light up and you use a torch, taking the more gentle heat to slowly melt away with that persistent pitch until you do eventually get that sound of bubbling, trickling water. And it is only barely enough to try to fit your hand in the gap you have created.
Nice. Yeah. I grabbed the blue.
Okay. I'll be needing a...
Fuck.
Can either give me a nature or thievery check to try to grasp at what you're trying to reach here.
Yeah, that's gonna be a nature check. That's not good. That's not good.
You fine with an 18?
No, I am not. There we go. That's more like it.
All right, 31. You are able to wrap your fingers around it, and it's as you start to pull, there is more that pulls with it, and you're needing to take some care in how you try to remove it. So I'll be needing either a survival or crafting, or how you slowly try to move and dislodge without damaging what you're trying to take from here.
Yeah. Shit.
There is a hero point available.
There is the hero point. Thank God, Jesus tits.
With a 35, you eventually pull out this. It's a sopping wet mess of feathers. And it feels like it needs to be dried, given how they are just all seemingly sticking to one another. Thankfully, you did have that torch still. You do
I'm
get a
also
little
going-
fire. You do get a little fire going and hang it out to dry as you are left with this overall.
Ooh.
That's it. Where's the garbage can? Throw this bone away. Just throwing this bone away. Everybody's got all these pretty things. And I get a bone.
You get a bone?
I get a bone.
Okay.
You get a
Okay.
bone?
So Beans gets some context. Should we go back in reverse order? Let's go backwards in reverse order. So
Okay,
before
I got feathers.
before you got feathers. Max got this.
Ooh.
Save Rowan's for last. Just go through everybody else's and save Rowan's for last.
Emo got this.
Ooh.
Tandor
And,
had fun with that one.
Yep. Ikar went first, but apparently AG wants to go last with the viewing.
Ooh.
Pretty, right? Oh my gosh. And wow. Ooh, ah.
And then
Show what I got.
Rowan found this.
Rowan found someone's discarded Buffalo Wild
Oh
Wing.
my god. The context, though, it shows up in the stash as a wishing bone, a wishbone or something. We don't know exactly what it is yet. But showing that to me, like, what? I get somebody's
That's
leftovers.
so fucking funny.
Yep. And I'll
Nice
move this.
bone, idiot.
Just more Jon Snow brooding. Good God. I'm gonna spend this season brooding.
Shut up. You're the worst.
Oh, fucking A.
All right.
I brood so
All right.
hard that you guys are gonna hate me by the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of this fucking bone. Alright, I'm done.
Yep. Done. So let me go back to here.
It's like finding out that over, winter break, everyone went to like Disneyland and met all
Yeah.
the
Yep,
princesses.
yep,
And
and
it's
it-
like, what'd you do?
Yep,
I went
yep.
to Bible camp.
Mhm.
And not even the fun kind. It's just fucking a whole week of trying to put toothpaste back in a tube.
You're making it worse.
Okay. And I assume that after you... Well, of course... Oh, there was something else that had to be said. So when you do happen to take hold of the, what you found there, when you do take, you hear that sort of cool, refreshing voice say, "For her, from you."
Ah. For her.
Mhm.
From you.
Yes. And
Okay.
yep, and I assume that once you all happen to sort of find what you're looking for, and you get the feeling that you should probably head back.
I guess Ewan's keeping whatever spot we go back to warm.
After returning back towards the tower, Ewan waving at your approach as he is setting up the last of a basic camp where you had fought the constructs, their remains partially disassembled and set to the side. He holds out what looks like a compass. The mechanism in the door clicked a while ago and this slid away from where you put the disc. If I had to guess, it is whatever may be involved in your next step.
Well, you know, as a dedicated door guy, I guess I'll take that.
Yeah, you hang on to that. I'm glad we all made it back in one piece.
Oh, one
That was
second here.
interesting.
As soon as your hand touches it, a little bit of light streaks from each of you, causing the gemstones to glow before the dial swings towards what would be southeast. A soft orange-yellow pulse coming from the gemstones closest to the indicator.
Is it yellow?
An orange-yellow.
Orange yellow?
Mm-hmm.
So, who had orange yellow?
Wait. You said it would glow? Something, the item would glow? What?
Orange
Sorry.
jello.
It pulses.
It
so
just pulses. So it would be
pretty much
pulsing.
wherever the needle is pointing, the gemstone closest to it will pulse that color.
Oh, okay. So
Well, what your use was orangey fire, no?
Rowan's was red.
crimson.
Icar's was citrine, which is orange.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I don't like that. Yeah. Like tree sap colored, so closest to orange.
Well, is there any, southeast of here? That can refer to basically anywhere in the entire island, to be completely honest. Considering we're
It's-
kind of a northerly point.
Icar, there is something, someplace you know that is southeast from here. It points home.
Do.
Icar's kind of got like a stunned silence going on.
Beeman?
Oh, dude, I didn't know it. Yeah, I think I know where it's pointing.
You don't seem particularly happy about that fact.
Yeah, let's fuking go.
Wait.
All right.
Hold on. Hold on. Before we go anywhere, what did you all find? We all followed these these sprites. I was about to say shites. God damn it. So.
I mean, I'm wearing it. And he points to his face.
Oh, I just thought maybe you were equipping for the gold, but okay. So you found
No,
something
but let
then.
me tell you, I am the most relaxed I think I ever have been in my entire life.
You seem it.
It was an amazing experience. Would recommend to a friend.
Okay. Who else? I mean,
I climbed a hill and kicked around rocks to find a rock.
Oh. Okay.
Hey, you show me your rock, I'll show you mine, eh?
Hey,
It's not the time.
it's always the time.
Chemo?
There's always time.
What did you
We
find?
got time.
Yeah, we got time. You know
I'm
what? You
just
got
gonna
time.
shove them,
We got
just like
time.
kind of push them off to the side. Chemo. Just serious moment. Chemo, did you find anything? Hear anything?
Chemo kind of like puts up his hands as in I don't know. He is definitely wearing the gloves
Notices.
and making sure that it is near and within Tanner's line of sight. He goes, nope, nothing different from me.
Oh my god. Rowan's face just like, oh my god, here we go. We just derailed. eyes shifting over to Tandor and then back to Chemo.
Yeah, I don't know. And, pulls the cloak or wrap or whatever out of the like Tandor's pack. But it was like obviously shoved in there like without care. And just like kind of haphazardly pulled out and it's like, I don't know, I got like this bunch of feathers and like I don't really understand it and I don't know what it means, but you know, I got this here.
Well,
I don't think it would look good on me.
That's... Wow.
You know, I can try it on for size.
Wait.
No, I don't think it would look good on you either. You have a great...
You know, I've already got the mask.
Okay,
Kinda
wait,
works for
wait.
me, no?
Well, everybody found something. Okay, I see this. You said stone?
Yeah, what did you find?
Look, like her face kind of gets some red.
Did you find anything?
I did. Yes, I found.
What was it? A cool rock? Maybe a piece of apparel?
Was it
maybe
a
a
really
weapon of
cool
some
pair of
description.
shoes?
Reaches into her satchel and slowly pulls out the wishing bone. Eyes just looking down.
Yeah, where's
No,
the rest
that's
of it?
yeah, that's lunch. Why are you just showing us
Did
lunch?
you eat it?
No.
She ate it.
Yeah, was it?
This
like
wasn't
a
my lunch.
really nice looking
She just
piece
got
of
like
meat?
a really big like turkey leg or something. And
She's
then,
looking really
she
annoyed
ate
right
it.
now, holding this up, like hand shaking. So we all got something. Shoves it back in. All right, let's go. Lead the way, Ikar.
No, it's fine. It's
All
cute.
right.
Well, and so the tower has imparted a strange device to the Fireflies, along with some other odd items for each of its members. Just what could these curious things be? What will they be doing? What were they doing on that island?
Oh,
And
man.
just why were they guided to them? Answers lay ahead still, as the key to all of it has yet to be found. But that is not all that I have prepared today,
Oh,
as there is still more left ahead.
oh, thank goodness. I thought you were wrapping it up.
Hold
No.
tight.
No, that if we didn't have such a long combat, then it would have had that before last session.
That was long combat, but yeah.
With curious items in tow, the Fireflies move off from the Nexus Tower set on Manast Island. The journey back to the shore did not take too long, and the captain of the ship had waited for your return. Lucky you got yourselves here and now, and another couple days we would have left you behind. A grin shared among the faces of the sailors belie their words to the captain, Ewan patting their shoulder as he started onto the ship. Good to see you too, Captain. You wouldn't have left until you knew any extra money I had on me was lost anyways. Do any of you have any last things you'd like to address before taking your leave of the island?
Rowan just shoves past everybody, looks less broody, but more annoyed. I'm off to go find somewhere warm.
Yeah, I'm tired of the cold. I don't like
I have
boats.
a great cape. I'm not, bothered by the cold at all.
Thanks, Captain, for waiting. And anyway, just
I've got some really good ideas. So I gotta get to writing these down.
you do that. Kind of looks over to Ewan for a moment before, just lingering just for a moment before, just wait to see, like if he.
There's a pause and a raise of the brow.
She meets his eyes, just and she stays looking at him for longer than she usually does.
She's mad about the chicken bone.
And with that, Rowan just walks away.
And as there is that walking away, Ewan will actually follow.
Oh shit!
But we'll get to that when we get a bit further into
I
things.
don't understand why she's mad. She got chicken.
She had the
What's
meal.
chicken?
They're thinking she had a chicken dinner. Like what the
Yeah, that's what she had. She had
The
chicken
seas seem to rock and roll on the way
Yeah,
back.
metal.
Whatever current is running through this small channel of water between the island and mainland seems to shift and change of its own whims. Bunks and hammocks sway with the rise and fall of waves. The spray of salt brushing by the bow with every other moment. Are there any conversations you'd like to have amongst yourselves or the other members on board? I'm sure there is one in particular that we can have now.
Well,
But
I was
go
going
on
to see if
ahead.
anybody else, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Alrighty then. Oh. God, I have to talk to Dad now.
Mhm.
God, Dad!
And she's already annoyed. Oh my God, okay.
Yeah.
Whew.
Dad, shut up! God.
Mhm. And there will be a knock at the cabin that you are staying in, Rowan.
Rowan's kind of sat at the bed, her cloak's off, and fire's lit, and she already knows. Like, she can already, like, she's been waiting. Takes a deep breath and stands up, opens the door, like, just flings it open. Not, like, with aggression, just, like, lets it come open. And is just standing there with the door wide open, just looking at him like what? What do you
May
want? Without
I-
saying a word.
May I come in?
Sure. She kind of backs up, still facing him, and plops back down onto the bed.
Mhm. Yeah, he'll step in and shut the door. And where is your staff at the moment?
My staff? Oh, just over there. It's leaning against the fireplace, keeping it warm.
He sort of goes over to it and sort of runs his hand along it. I'm surprised you still kept it.
Well, of course I would. There are things that are important to me.
Would you mind if I imparted something to it?
Just quiet for a moment. Looking over at his features, just to see the changes and whatnot, and she kind of, her face softens a little bit. She nods.
Alright, could you please drop your Staff of Fire into the party stash, thank you.
Sure. Brain. Okay, here we go. Skadoosh.
Thank you. Doop. As sort of Ewan sort of takes a hold of it, he will take a breath in, hand going towards the fire, a little spark forming in his hand, bringing it up close, sort of breathing a small sort of wreath of flame around sort of the end of it that seems to sort of circle, entwine before suffusing itself into the staff. And in doing so, it blackens a little further. And then he begins to brush it off. And sets it back down.
Rowan stands now. What did you do? That was interesting. Looked like you burned it. I was kind of concerned for a moment.
I gave it a little bit more fuel, you could say. So it should be able to sort of, I guess you could say, expand its repertoire. And
So fuel for the fire, yeah?
a little bit of more fuel for the fire, and should be capable of greater things.
Well, you didn't have to, but
I did not know, but I felt it was a way in which I could help. You do seem troubled, though.
is it that obvious? Just kind of thinking back on everybody pointing out that she's broody.
You both wear it on your sleeve, much as you try to hide it.
Well, this. Should I start from the beginning? You'd have to stay a while. Just kind of
It
rolls her
seems-
eyes and sits back down.
It seems a bit more recent with the remark.
Uh, Well, you saw the sprites. We all each followed our own, and
Yes.
I don't know. I expected. I don't know. It's the pool that I felt, and I just expected something else, not this. Holds up the wishbone. Like,
And sort of looks at it, pauses. Would you mind if I held that?
yeah, take it. I don't know what to do with it.
And there's a pause as soon as it touches his hand and sort of looks at it. I see.
What do you see? I just see remnants of a lunch that was left over before I happened upon it.
This isn't what you might think it is. This you found for a reason, and it's a very familiar feeling to me.
Well, same, but I.
And he sort of holds it back out.
Rowan holds the other end of it, going to take it.
And sort of, the other hand sort of comes up. It's like points to your main hand. And sort of.
She would have grabbed it with
Nope.
her main hand.
Yeah, sort of like he sort of tilts the hand so that instead of being held sort of palm upright, it is held, instead of flat palm up, palm will sort of face in. He will sort of turn the bone and fold it into her hand like that. Now, keep a hold of it there.
Like holding tweezers? Wait,
No, like in the center of it. So you are holding, so the arc is on either side as you are holding it.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Like you're
Yeah.
holding a wishbone. Like you obviously, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay. Just look of utter confusion.
And you know your unifier. Move that from your center to your hand.
Move it to center from your hand.
Move it from your center to your hand.
I don't wait. I'm so
It's
confused.
essentially how your magic flows through you.
Okay.
Move that inner fire from the center.
Okay, I feel
to
like
the hand.
Rowan would still be confused about it,
Yeah.
staring at the bone like.
And sort of, I'm telling you to move your magic towards it.
So you want me to just light it
No,
ablaze?
Not that, just the connection.
Because I would be happy to light it ablaze.
You could light it ablaze, but that might be not work as much as you think.
She's like obviously just so flustered right now. Okay, she takes a deep breath and closes her eyes, tries to relax as much as she's just so over, just wound up and tense. Her father's in the room and she
Yeah,
does so.
And sort of tries that. Just there is a soft hand on the shoulder after.
Well,
and he sort of says, "There is nothing here, but what you have in your hand here. There is no worry, no outside, just the feeling of that flow,
Rowan's
and whatever may flow back."
Rowan at first with the hand is like he definitely feels her like shoulders like tense up, but she listens to his words and slowly feel her shoulders kind of relax and takes another deep breath, her eyes still closed, and starts to focus.
Can you give me an Arcana check right quick, please, and thank you.
Yes.
Ah, perfect. And as you reach out,
What?
Oh, sorry, I was looking at something else. Would you like to read all that?
You were looking at Tandor's throat.
I was looking at something else. Yep.
Oh God, that was
Yep.
awful.
Oop.
Could play that off.
Good. Yeah, could play that off. As you reach out, something reaches back,
Oh.
and there is a rush of heat, a flash of light, and the small wishbone, which oddly feels warm to the touch, now brings a sense of calm. As you hold it as if drawn, it increases to its full size as a bow.
Whoa. Ron's eyes immediately open, and she's just like, just awestruck, staring at it like, what?
As a bit more sort of in-sesh banter, this is kind of, it specifically is a gakgung, a sort of a recurve bow.
Just her eyes are just staring around at the tips and following it around. Just like, so, okay, wow. Where are these wishbones? I need to collect more.
I think that is one particular gift that is meant for you. One that I have seen and felt before, and I am sure you may meet it eventually.
You don't have to be vague. What will I meet? Please don't be cryptic with me right now.
A piece of the source is what you have right there.
Yes. And it's beautiful. I really appreciate you coming in here to make me feel better about this, because I felt really bad about this compared to what everybody else had. Kind of laughed a little bit.
I'm sure everyone will have their own introspection about it, but you seem the most bothered by it.
I feel better, surprisingly.
Yes.
Kind of looking down a bit. Now it's getting awkward. She feels awkward.
Yeah, and he'll get up, sensing the awkwardness. I think that will serve you of some good use. However, that's not its full strength. It is fragment, and yet to be made whole. But I am sure it will grow with you.
What about you? Where will you go? You're still coming with us, yeah?
Oh, for a time, yes.
And she almost sounds kind of like, sense a kind of tone about the where are you going, kind of like, almost like she'd be disappointed that if he had to go. She sounds like she would, like when she was younger, before she got angry, and maybe Ewan would recognize that tone, that subtle tone.
Yeah. This is your journey to take. I'll be staying with you until the paths that we need to make do have to part. You have to go wherever that device is going. And I have to go home.
You do. You need to see Irako. Rowan's staring at the bow and then looks back up. You need to see him. You and I, we have so long. We have so many years ahead of us to mend what we have broken. But you don't have time when it comes to Irako. So, go back home as soon as you can.
Of course.
But I wouldn't mind you staying just a little longer. And she kind of chokes up a little bit, trying not to get emotional.
I'm not running off to save the world this time. That's your job now. I'll be home for when you return to it.
Rowan nods, and she's so desperately fighting so hard to keep from crying. Like there's a lump in her throat, nodding at him, and just kind of looks away as she sits down.
And he looks like he's about to go out the door before he sort of comes over, sort of squats sort of near the bed. And he doesn't say anything, but he just offers some open arms.
Ooh. Rowan will let go of the bow and will collapse into his arms. She sobs.
And
as
they
if
hug
she's
it
a
out.
little baby.
And then they hug it out. So, any other conversations, contemplations therein thereof?
Not a conversation or contemplation, but can I roll a stealth check or something to have eavesdropped on this
Oh my
entire
God.
conversation, having seen you and walking towards Rowan's room?
Sure.
The tea. Oh, the tea.
Let us see here. Versus passive passes. Versus passive.
Ooh, before you get to this, before Ewan comes to, kneel before Rowan, Rowan, I feel like, and this is what I was gonna say, she would have said maybe we could both save the world together. Kind of. And then that's when she kind of, she can't keep it together.
Yeah. Maybe one day. I got a lot I gotta take care of.
Okay, old Ben. But yeah, though, is Chemo, is he eavesdropping?
Yeah. Yes, he does dodge the DCs.
Because the door was left wide open. I just remembered this. Nobody closed it.
He did shut the door behind him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He did
he
not
did.
close
Okay.
it.
Okay.
But
Cracked, maybe. So then Chemo
he's
would
got ears
hear...
for listening.
Chemo would hear soft sobbing, as if muffled. And you know that it's Rowan. It's obvious. Because you saw Ewan go there. Like somebody's just letting it all out. Pent up for a century. Quiet forgiveness. Well, not quiet, but without, so many words being said, there's forgiveness.
Yes. Oh, and you can take your Staff of Fire back.
Ooh, let's see what I got.
As well as you can take the Ashen for Kula.
Oh my god. Fucking shit. That was the sickest piece of chicken bone ever. The fuck?
Not even going to apologize to it for talking all that shit.
I'm so sorry, little chicken bone.
It's a furcula to you.
Let's see here.
At present, it acts as a +1 striking Gaku.
It's purple,
Turn
like
into a Bakugan.
it's purple like a fucking epic piece of loot. Oh my god.
So purple is unique.
I know. I see this. Oh.
It also has some other tags to
Turns
it.
into a Bakugan.
Should I post it in the? Oh wait, you all have probably looked at it in the staff, but I can.
Yeah, you don't see
here.
the extra notes, though.
Oh well. Okay, martial weapon, smallish bone, which oddly still feels warm to the touch, brings us to the calm, blah, blah, blah. However, when it drawn, deadly D8,
Functions as a magical Bakugan.
fire, invested magical, propulsive relic.
Is it?
Wow. Doesn't, oh, range is 100 feet. Does it, is this the one where I can actually be within whatever range and I wouldn't?
It does not have the volley
Oh,
trait.
yes, thank you.
All right.
What about the sapphire?
Anybody else want to
What did he do
ponder
with the
their item?
sapphire?
You
Oh,
don't know what I'm
changed-
doing?
He changed it from a regular Staff of Fire to a greater Staff of Fire.
Okay.
And look at what spells are available on it.
Okay, so ignition, that one, and
Now it's got some rank 2 and rank 3 spells on it.
ooh la la.
Go.
So, anybody doing anything?
Yeah, I want to know what my shit is.
Yeah.
All right, want to know what your shit is? Okay, you can give me arcane, nature, occultism, or religion.
Arcane. No. Nature.
Good show.
Okay. And religion. Yeah, nature it is.
Nature it is. You're having a little bit of difficulty discerning what it might be.
I have a hero point. Fuck you.
You do have a hero point. But even with a hero point, that is not quite the...
Oh, fuck you, man.
my
26?
Let me
Yeah.
give him a Arcana assist here.
I hate you.
Oh no.
Never
Oh
mind.
no. Well, I mean, since you're eavesdropping, you may as well knock on the door after Ewan leaves Rowan to ask her for some
No,
help.
yeah, I'm just skedaddle once Ewan starts to leave.
Yeah, no.
can always
Eventually
be
there will be a
slick
point
about
where Ewan will get up and go.
Ugh.
Sort of after everything has been resolved.
I'll
Go
help.
on, Zoidberg. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Here, let me roll Arcana for you.
I thought you would have just gone bagawk and just fluttered away.
You
31 though.
You're welcome.
31 will help if it is shown later, and I will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, a set of light gray gloves which weigh on the hands with no pressure and bring a sense of tranquility. When the body tenses during combat, they darken slightly and function as magical hand wraps.
Neat.
Thunder Down wrapped.
Yoink.
Anybody else?
I would like to contemplate my orb.
Please do contemplate. Please pass the rock. Arcana, nature, occultism, religion.
God, is Chemo gonna point shit out that he heard when he comes to get help for his gloves?
24 doesn't quite touch it.
Oh no, Ripperoni. Does it Rowan have to
What are the-
identify everything?
Sorry,
I'm just kidding.
what are the other ones that we can do for him?
Pretty much all the magic skills. Religion, occultism, arcane, nature.
I got you, buddy. I don't got you, buddy.
Not with a 2.
Good effort.
Not quite with a 28.
So beautiful. Let me look at it with an occult eye.
Oh.
I got nothing.
Oh.
It's 2 twos.
Go ask Max
Two-
Max
wait,
and
two
see if he does
mentioned?
it. Oh, Tutu. Tutu
Tutu?
mentioned.
Doors
Tutu
just
mentioned. Tutu
chilling
mentioned.
in their fucking cabin, just like minding their own business. The fucking rap is just like thrown somewhere on the floor, and they're like writing in their diary or something. I don't know, but everyone, like, all I can hear from my room is just the fuck. I don't know what it is. What do you think it is? I don't know. It's just, dear diary, today I found some feathers. They're kind of crap.
Yeah. Roll me a check to see if you just can have a look over it. Just and hilarious.
What am I rolling?
Nature, arcana, occultism, or religion.
Yeah, they're on nature out there. Yeah, what's going on? What do I
Oh yeah,
find?
yeah. You do know what it is.
God
It
damn
is
it.
a sea
Son of a
plume.
bitch.
It is a sea plume ruana, a
Oh.
sleeved
So-
garment of blue plumage which smells like the ocean. When worn about the shoulders as a cloak, there is a sense of soothing calm as the fabric shifts in gentle waves across the body.
So I'm writing and I'm like, these feathers are kind of crap. And I look and I go, scratch, scratch, scratch. It turns out that they're actually kind of cool, I guess. And, okay, that's all for now. Talk to you later. Ecto, Tendor.
P.S.
And closes the book and opens the door and is like, can you guys shut up? You're so loud.
You can take the sea plume ruana into your inventory. Beans.
Yes.
All right. Any?
Looks over.
What about you, Max?
Hey, Mr. Captain, I got a question, a request even.
Hey.
You got a room on this boat where I could just hole up for the rest of the journey? I got, I gotta create his itch to scratch.
Does it involve anything combustible?
I can make it
Yes.
non-combustible.
Yes, Kimo, yes.
However, please do not pay attention to the maybe explosions I will be firing off the ship.
Gunnery deck should be close to the back. The door is a little bit off the hinges, but if you can fix that, you can use the washroom there.
Thank you so much. You're a real dime. And he's gonna be holed up for the entire journey in that room.
What about your colorful cloth?
He will look at the cloth a few times during this.
So, Arcana, Nature, Religion, Occultism.
I can't hit 30 on any of these.
There is technically something slightly higher depending upon level of success. So, if you hit a natural 20,
Mm-hmm.
if you hit a nat 20, then probably.
Come on, that's 20.
No pressure.
Occultism's funny.
So that was a crit.
Wrong direction.
Wrong direction.
Max, your cloth gets lit on fire.
Sets ablaze.
Sorry, bud.
So, there is someone else who may be able to identify it for you, if you ever take a brief moment to ask.
Max, the only times that people see Max is occasionally he'll fire a bullet off the side of the ship, mutter to himself about how something didn't work, and then go back. Until one time that he goes over to Tandor is like, "Hey, do you mind looking at this for me?"
What is it? Your cloth?
Yeah, this cloth. Also, ignore the fact that I smell exclusively of smoke
I can't ignore
and
it.
a
You
little bit of
pointed
dead
it out.
bodies.
Oh,
But you pointed it out, so I can't ignore it now because you said it's like saying don't think of an elephant.
Little
don't
lizard
think of-
stinky. Big stinky.
Yeah, he reeks like horrifically.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
Lord.
can't ignore it at all that you smell like that. It's like actually distracting.
Yeah, but could you do this for me?
Okay,
Please?
can you like stand back like 5, 10, 30 feet because like you smell so bad?
Alright, well, you told me when you can go past that
I'm
around the
going
others.
to look
I'm going back
at
in my
it.
room now. And he slams the door back
Stop
shut.
hanging
Damn.
spaghetti on my ears. I'll look at it, okay?
there's another one.
He's in his room.
Jeez. Christ, okay. No,
Icky
I'm
Vicky.
looking at this. How am I looking at it? With what?
Nature, Arcana, Religion, Occultism.
Oh,
Is hanging
brother.
spaghetti on the ears in the Tandorisms yet?
It should be.
It's gonna be, I bet.
Doesn't quite sort of. You're not quite able to figure out unless you would like to re-roll that.
I can't read. Oh,
Hero
can I? I get a hero
points.
point. Okay,
There are
I'm
hero
gonna
points,
reroll
yes.
it.
Guess what? 31. You do actually understand the value of this. This is a wild feather bandana.
Ooh.
A small square of contours which shift in color depending upon how the light or wind hits them. When worn about the face as a mask, fate and misfortune feel less daunting.
I go over to wherever the fuck Max is holed up, kick the door open, throw the cloth at him and go, wild feather bandana, and then I blow out the lantern that's in the room and slam the door shut like an older sibling would.
The absolute just smell of that room is about 5 times as worse as what Max smelled like.
Yeah,
It's a
so
mix
it was just
of
like kicked open the door, went wild feather
bodies.
bandana. Fuck, it smells so bad, and then slams the door. So you're sitting there in the total darkness.
Tandor, we need a fortitude save for the smell.
Right.
Yeah,
Uh.
can I tolerate the smell? Let's find
Can
out.
Yeah, you can tolerate the smell. You've stuck your head in carcass before.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
it smells so bad.
But yeah, Max, you can take the wild feather bandana into your inventory.
Hell yeah.
Who's left? Whose stuff is not? Oh,
I got a rock.
You got a rock.
you got
I
a
got
rock.
a rock.
Well, you can either talk to somebody who can identify it one go, or you can go show it to somebody else.
Give it a try first.
He did.
He already
Oh,
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already failed too. So sorry,
Yeah.
bud.
Rowan can help. Like
Rowan,
both.
look at this.
What?
Look at this
So-
damn rock.
So, all right. Oh,
Arcanic
hey,
works.
the-
God, you
good thing I
guys
wasn't
are
shit,
so
you know,
loud.
in the nude or anything. Not much.
I mean,
What do you? What?
look at this rock.
I see it. It's shiny.
Yeah, it's a shiny rock.
It's a really
Look
shiny
at this
rock.
photo rock.
There's more to it.
Photo rock.
There's gotta be more to it.
Oh.
I mean, you got a fucking bow out of a goddamn chicken bone.
Oh, you noticed. Right.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
dope.
I feel kind of bad for being so angry. Anyway, let's see. Let me give it here. Give it here. All right. Hold it over the fire, looking at it. Gets out a little, a little magnifying glass, like the little, like the eyepiece, staring into it. Come on. No.
There is a reroll available,
Ah.
and because you had been given some advice on how to understand it a bit more,
Yes.
you can impart that advice to Ikar as well, given how yours worked.
So, where are they? Hold on. Can you show me
Remember
what it is?
how
I know. I'm going to, but
Yeah.
what is it exactly so I can explain?
This one, it has to be held closer to the core, more to the chest. But given that it is
So,
not a fiery material,
Right,
this
right, right.
has a more
okay. So Rowan would know what to
earthen
do. So
metal material.
Rowan holds it out, or she kneels to be level with Ikar. So this here is but a fragment of what we are yet to find. It's yours, obviously. It's yours. You were meant to have it. And she holds it out. Take it to your chest. Hold it to your chest.
Can I do that?
Mm-hmm. And then
And I focus my magic toward it.
Yes. You do that. You know what to do. You know, focus. Be
general
calm.
magic or a certain kind
General
of
magic?
Primal, right?
Mm,
No?
You were given a certain element.
Okay, so Earth, right? For Ikar?
I would think Earth, yeah.
Yeah. Focus on earthy tones. Like trees and the grass.
Be the rock. I'm gonna be the rock.
Be the rock in the stone.
the-
I mean,
Be the rock.
be the rock in the
Be
the
the rock.
water, but no, not in the water, but in the earth.
Ikar thankfully does have some earth traded spells, so does understand the feeling.
About being the rock is so loud. I'm trying to sleep.
Oh, sorry,
Mind your business.
Tandor. Okay. Maybe we should cover you in mud.
At this point, Tandor is the rock because they can smell. Oh,
Just okay. Let's be quiet,
But-
focus, and think of Earth. Just
Yep.
focus all of it.
Mhm. Eventually, once you do sort of focus on that, the stone cracks at one point, and then
I didn't mean to do it. I didn't. Oh.
expands, encompassing
Ooh.
the body. Akara,
Whoa,
you have
whoa.
the onyx shell, a fragment of black stone which is much denser heft than expected to it. When held to the chest, it expands out and encompasses the wielder in the same time frame as dawning armor, functioning as a set of magical full plate.
I want to say like I feel like he does a Sailor Moon transformation in front of Rowan and armor expanding around him.
Yeah, I don't think it would expand gracefully. I think it would be in big chunks.
Yeah, that's fucking, yeah. Wow.
And not to mention, it is black onyx, so it is
Holy shit.
cool, sleek black armor.
Look, you can say whatever you want, but now I just have the image in my head of Icar in a like magical schoolgirl outfit,
Hell yeah.
and I will not be
And then
stopped.
just gets
No,
like a
keep
bunch
that.
of rocks like stuck on right after. It's like the full Sailor Moon, transformation, and then it's just.
I put
Couple
that
of
in
rocks
accentuating
sticking on.
gems just sticking out.
Well,
Ow!
Mm-hmm.
before Ron gets up from kneeling, she's, kind of straighten, like, like adjusts it for him. Wow, pats it off. But wow, that's slick. You look like a badass. Well, you always look like a badass, but
Feel like a badass.
good. Embrace it.
Yep.
Could probably
Somebody
run through
else.
that door.
Do
Plus
it.
Gonna try and run through the door?
full
Run,
plate.
run through the wall
Oh.
towards Tendor's room. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Oh.
Mhm. Well, Ikar, you can take the onyx shell into your inventory now.
Yeah. Zoink.
And each of you may equip them and be sure to invest in them as well.
Okay.
What, like in its future?
Yes. In its
I'm
future.
shaking you, I'm shaking you, I'm shaking you. Okay.
Why are you shaking me? Don't shake me. I had a very legitimate question.
The
Are we
funny dime.
shorting the stock? Like,
The-
what's
the-
going on?
The funny diamond next to the item. In other words, for it to activate the magical power.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
To do
When
that.
it eventually
Okay.
does that, yes.
Yeah, it wasn't a stupid question,
Oh.
Rocky.
What?
There are no stupid questions,
What?
only stupid people. Wait!
What? What?
I did not shake you for the stupid question, I shook you for the stupid comment.
So,
Yippee.
so Rowan is gonna identify Chemo's stuff too, yeah? Since I rolled that for him. Well,
Yeah,
everybody
shortly
just
after
get
the
in
rock
line.
He just goes, "Help!"
What the? Oh my god, everybody's
Yep.
visiting me tonight. Shit.
Yep.
Help with what?
Oh my god, shut up.
It's worth noting that there are also several explosions off the
Oh
side
my
of the ship every now and again.
This is so chaotic. I love it.
Pissed. Tandor's like fully pissed. I just want to go.
Chemo just walked
Yep.
in. Hey, Rowan, can you help me figure out what things are?
Yeah.
So wild, silliness. Okay. Alright, right.
I guess we'll skip the spiel. Yeah.
We
yeah,
can
you
skip the spiel. You do get to understand sort of like, yeah, got to channel a little bit of magic into it, and then you sort of get the feeling from that thereof. But let's get back, cause cool scenes. With winter now firmly in its first stages, the streets of Pobrezi have grown much more quiet. Though that feels like it may be quite the case for any coastal town once the warmer months have passed. Stalls are still open to be shopped through, with a scant few individuals browsing on this cooler night with the light snow crunching underfoot. Is there anything you would need to pick up before you take your leave here?
Is anybody interested in buying at full price a set of small +1 plate?
I'm gonna hit the rest for the night.
Yes, hit your rest button so you can hit your rest, hit your coffee.
Okay. Consumer
Yeah,
ration.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
No,
Okay.
no, pretty much you're good.
Oh goodness.
Gotta perform my. No, I don't have to perform anything. I don't have to do anything. I lied. I'm a liar.
Unless you wanted to shift around any like recipes that you wanted
I'm sure.
for your daily crafting, but that's fine. You don't have to touch that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
look at
don't-
Shopping.
I don't know about you, but I need a fucking
Shopping.
bath.
You smell
Yeah,
like
you
it.
do need a fucking
Jesus
bath.
Christ. What?
Shopping.
Can you go over in that direction like 20, 30 feet maybe?
Like 150,000.
Yeah.
Right, I want to outline this isn't a flirt saying that because I'm gonna go take a bath. But Ika, I want to show you something really
Oh,
fucking cool.
sure, it's
No.
not. You do
Well,
have
outline
fun.
this is
Yeah. La la.
Whatever you gotta show me, dude, you can show me after washing your balls. I'm just saying.
Okay. You will get the the cash for selling your full plate. Let's see. So, given how it is at the moment, 160. Double check. Yep. I will just add in the platinum pieces for it.
Thank you.
And Blanc.
I don't want to sell this bow because it belonged to Rocco. I'm keeping it. I'm a hoarder.
Rocco would appreciate the fiscal nature.
No.
I'm sure.
No. There's still a whole lot of season left, and I am trying not to think about the old aged boy.
He's
Well,
so
that absolute ancient
old.
relic. The dusty
He's-
tome.
So old, my poor man.
I mean, age hits hard after 200 years.
That's what got me choked up when I was in the scene with you and talking about Rocco. Oh my god.
Oh.
200 years. That's crazy.
Like, hey,
Yeah,
I've
it's
got
a shame that 4 generations of kobolds have died
Right?
in their time. Huh?
You don't give a shit about that.
Absolutely
Yeah.
Emo
no
was just
shit.
kind of rocking
He
back on
was
his heels
a
awkwardly.
He was a human, okay? And so 200
He was-
years is a long time.
apparently he's just, well past his expiration date. Boop. Oh no.
Yeah, amen.
No.
The trail along the coast near the mountains is an odd mixture of still quiet along with the white noise of the waves lapping upon the shore. Not much else pervades the silence aside from the wind and the water. Skipper and Ewan take up the front, taking up a few conversations about some of the first awakened animals on the continent and others he's encountered around the place. Once those finish up, he tucks back into the cart, hands folded into one another as his forearms rest on his knees. We'll be parting ways once we reach the next town. If there is anything of you would like to know or say to me, I would now or before then would be the best time.
So those lights, were they the primal surges themselves or some kind of avatar for them?
I believe a fragment is what they were.
And why did they do what they did?
What would that be?
It's
Appear for each of us and bring us to something.
I feel that there is a shift in due to the change that has occurred for each source, and they know that they themselves cannot defend or defend themselves too greatly, at least for what may be coming initially. They rely on each other, but it is difficult for them to find one another. So there are pieces,
Rowan's nodding.
sometimes, that can move between them. Usually it is the main source will usually send a piece of itself, be it offspring, herald, avatar, or fragment in the form of an item that is led by destiny towards another. But given at least what I have been told, the stillness that occurred many, many years ago, their capability of sending such things in more active ways has diminished. And so it's the smaller pieces that
So,
have to take much longer time to move.
so
And
Chemo, hearing all of this, do you remember when we had the visions in the 1st
Mhm.
place? And you mentioned that it didn't feel like a threat. I'm beginning to agree with you. It's a warning, yes, but we're being led by these, and we're finding these fragments. Yeah, being led to what what sounds like helping, you know, prevent this from happening, prevent whatever we saw from happening. Ugh. But yes.
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, I mean, why would we be given things that are beneficial to us, you know? Things that are, well, so far giving us more power
Meant for us.
and meant for us.
We don't know that these things are for sure meant to or will help us. It's too early to tell.
You're right.
You see, I'm gonna just interject here. I think you're wrong.
You're wrong.
I hope I am.
Because, my Gramps, he was involved.
Mm.
I think the familial connection that a couple of us have is a little too much to gloss over as just coincidence.
I agree with you, Max. So, we'll keep
Actually,
going.
that's a twofer.
Hmm.
One question I had for you, Ewan. Why would one of the fragments choose someone who can't harness magic?
Because it is not purely magic that lies with it. Sometimes it is an aspect of a person or other individual that may embody tenets. Or there might be something of a favoritism that they like, and they don't care otherwise.
Max is a Nepo baby.
I can't believe I'm so charming that even you know, the sources are thinking I'm that cool. Maybe I was made for this. So, another question, actually. Harnessing said power, should we come into contact with it, would that, I mean, for you magically inclined people, is that something that you can do directly? Is that something that could be negative if you tried doing it? Like it would overload your systems?
Well, I guess we don't really know until we try.
Well, Ewan said he had some real close personal connection with the sources, so I feel like if anyone would know, it'd be him.
It depends upon how you try to push for what you're doing. When it comes to primal energy, there is a flow to it, a pattern. You just have to figure out what that pattern might be, and you either push against it or go with it. And whatever result occurs may give you more or less.
But could you contain it?
I have a very unique constitution when it comes to primal forces. I technically have as he sort of taps his chest, I technically have a spark, a gate, an innate point of contact to the elemental planes.
Because he's
And
magic,
that is-
baby. He's the magical baby.
And through my journeys, I could have either stayed the path and delved deeper into a single path, but instead I chose to fork, and I have since been able to take into my hand the various elements save for one. But I feel that may come to me in due time.
Which one?
Metal is a difficult element, to tell you the least. It is a relatively new resurgence. And it is transitive between a couple other planes where it settles. It has not yet forged its own full boundaries. And so connecting to it is a bit difficult until you have touched both boundaries.
So you're saying it's possible for you to be affected by or contain some level of power between all of the sources?
Yes. That is what the primal chaos is. It is, while wild, it is contained.
Like a zoo.
Like a volcano, where it takes on every element in ways.
Like a battery.
What's a battery?
Okay, so this I'm not going to explain how you can harness electrical magic.
Oh,
If
I
you
can do
haven't
that.
figured that one out, but I mean, like, okay, so it starts going into a really overcomplicated, like, mansplaining, just rant about how batteries work.
Oh, it is a mundane way of storing a spark as opposed to, say, a manual.
Well, yeah, not all of us are magically inclined.
You don't have to keep shoving
No.
it in our faces, okay? God,
What, did I-
why you keep
But I'm
whining
shoving
about
it in your
this?
He can
no,
whine
no.
if he wants to.
I mean,
Well,
God.
I'm shoving in your face that I am unable to wield magic.
Right, and you know, you make up for it in other ways, okay? Just calm down, stop whining. Do you need us to like give you acknowledgement,
No,
like lift you up?
You stop fucking whining.
I'm not whining today,
Not all have the advantages of being able to cast.
but you still do well, you know, and we're here to
Yeah.
help.
Help
Okay?
with it in pure skill.
Okay, listen, okay? Listen. I was trying to compliment you and say that you know what, derailed.
Yeah, Rowan, I feel like sometimes you're really bad at trying to compliment people.
Well,
Well, you're bad at trying to accept compliments.
right?
Yeah, I fucking know that.
I mean,
Give
Should we
me
just
compliments
agree that
on
you're
me.
both terrible?
compliments.
Fine,
You're
fine.
both terrible.
Fine.
I agree.
Yeah, fucking.
You know what? Well, then I guess we're all parting ways then. Rowan's trying to look nonchalant, not emotional at all, not broody. She definitely looks less broody. That's quite obvious. But it's still awkward, especially in front of everybody.
Yeah, it's just like, all in all, it will probably make more sense as you do get into contact with the sources. They are much older than I and have a much greater knowledge of things. And I'm going to push us to one last scene. Everything looks to have shifted from outdoors to indoors, the various goods needing what safety and warmth from the cold they could, aside from the few which are easy to preserve out in makeshift coolers put together near shops and homes. The mountains lay ahead, and the journey still has much to go forward on. Ewan steps from the cart and looks back, holding a hand out towards Ron. If there's anything you'd like to pass on to your panda, the bay is where I'll be winding up after taking the river route.
River
What
route.
the hell?
River route.
River
Ugh.
route.
River route down from the center.
River.
I'll be sure to visit your mother too, and let her know how much of an ass I've been as well.
Ron takes his hand and Despite being in the presence of everybody and whatnot, she pulls him close and just tell them, she kind of quietly says to him, just tell them that I will be back as well, as soon as this is over.
Will do.
Gives him a squeeze and just gives a sigh, just like a weight lifted a bit, and steps back and nods.
All right.
Safe travels.
And given how the time has gone a little over,
Yeah.
it's not everything that I had prepared, but it is definitely plenty that we can go on
Yeah.
and still continue for next week.
Hell.
So all that was also left was Ewan left a few items with you. A galvanic chew, some everlasting adhesive, and something snuck into Chemo's bag.
Oh.
Oh! He
Did you-
pocketed you.
It looks
I
to
don't-
be a pair of springy moccasins in your spacious pouch,
Hmm.
which I will identify. Boots of bounding.
Nice.
Here you go, gang.
I'm sure they will be very useful for you.
Get that monk shit.
Hell yeah. I do be fucking zooming.
Oh, especially because it works with one particular feat you have.
Yep.
Ooh.
So how does Chemo feel towards you and now? Because like,
That's my boy.
Still
especially
some
after
discussion.
eavesdropping and then getting gifted. he's trying to buy your approval.
Wait. Where did you...
Now they're in your equipment.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck? I was reading that.
Sorry.
Rocky,
Yes.
we never got the chance to try and sympathize the fire and iceberg.
Synthesize. Okay,
Yeah.
fire and iceberg.
Should
That is a very good and true point. I will open it up and see what the
hey, so is
difficulty
that what we're
is.
calling the session? So I can, or
Yes.
are we doing like some after session bits
I
and bobs?
have one little thing. So give me the funny cooking lore or crafting
Oh.
check to decraft your fire and iceberg.
Fuck me, I'm out of hero points. I can't.
Yeah.
Can I throw them a
Help,
hero
help,
point?
Help, 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 help,
For the cost of your 2, yes.
All right, I'll do it.
help.
Bonk. There you go.
I got honked.
Well,
Fuck
lucky
me.
duck, you do with a 27.
Hell
God.
yeah.
Thank God.
Alright, I will be sure to add the recipe.
Yeah, and I will be doing that next time with the galvanic chew as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bibbity boppity boop that shit into my pockets.
Fire and
next time.
iceberg. Here we go. I believe I gave it the right tag. I did. Good.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what you do in your free time. It's not my business, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Hopefully folks have enjoyed today and their funny little items. These are the funny little items I asked y'all about way ages ago.
I figured that was. It's like, oh, okay.
Yay!
It's all
I
coming
forgot all
together.
about that.
Good sesh. Good sesh. Good job.
Good
Hell
Thank you,
yeah.
everybody.
sesh,
Good
good
times.
sesh.
Good sesh. We'll catch y'all all later dater.
Till next
And
time.
since y'all are heading towards you're gonna be having to head towards Podzeka, and I'm sure somebody here has something they want to do in regards to that.
Woo woo. Next time on
Damn
Dragon
it.
Ball Z.
Looking at you, Riley.
I would never.
Oh, there's gonna be. I have a specific side plot regarding that
shit.
already.
Woo.
Rocky said, "Fuck you, you're doing lore."
No, it's not. It's not lore. It's crime.
Oh.
Ooh,
Ooh.
crime.
I love committing
Love it.
crimes.
Hell yeah.
Till next time.
It's exciting.
Looking forward to
Till
crime.
next time.
Woo.